Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Townwide Music Festival. My name is Tom Scavone. I'm coordinator of music for our nationally recognized music program. Welcome. I want to take a couple seconds to familiarize you with our exits on each side, on each end. At the end of the evening, we're going to go through our dismissal, which is a little complex, and you'll enjoy it, I promise you. Also, if you could take a second and silence your cell phones, that would be greatly appreciated. If you would just double check that right now. While you're doing that, our Townwide Music Festival has been going on for decades. March is designated by our National Association as Music in Our Schools Month. As part of our district's annual celebration, this year we are welcoming our choral musicians. Music programs and events such as this cannot happen without a sustained vision and understanding of the importance of arts, which embodies Westport. It's my pleasure at this point to introduce the person responsible for creating and sustaining that vision, our Superintendent, Dr. Colleen Palmer.
Oh, good evening, parents, guests, family members. But you know what? To the kids, they just congratulated me for the snow day. That's all I'm good for. But it is a wonderful evening. You know, this is my third year in Westport, and this is the first time I get to come and welcome you because we were snowed out last year. So this is a tremendous occasion that we bring together all of our choral students, all of our talent throughout our district. And I just would like to do a shout out to Tom Scavone and all of our professional staff who are also the musicians in their own right. Can we please thank them for their hard work and dedication? Our music program, you see the banners outside the schools, you see the accolades that we print on our website, but it's really not until you come and you listen to the music that our students perform that you can truly appreciate the quality of what we have and how special this is in Westport, and we do cherish it. So after greeting you, I need to run to Town Hall because right now the Board of Education is presenting its budget for next year to the Board of Finance. And as I was driving up in my car, Brian Stern, the chair of the Board of Finance, called and he goes, "Colleen, where are you?" And I said, I need to go and thank our students and our teachers and our professionals and to congratulate our students, and then I'll be at Town Hall. So with that, remember, students first, that's why we exist. So now I'm going to go fight for our budget, and I will have to see the video. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Dr. Palmer. For those of you who don't know, my name is Luke Rosenberg. I'm the Director of Choirs at Staples High School, and it is my privilege to be up here in front of all of you tonight, and to present to you this amazing program that you're about to hear. Assembled before you from Bedford and Coley Middle Schools are the combined middle school 7th grade choruses and 8th grade choruses, as well as the camaradas. And from Staples High School, the combined choirs, and the nationally renowned Staples Orphenians. In total, you will hear more than 300 students tonight making music. Our special guest conductor and composer for this evening is Mr. Jim Papoulis. Jim Papoulis is known for connecting classical music with contemporary sounds, world rhythms, R&B, and the human voice. He's been an absolute privilege to work with, and I would like you all to give him a round of applause. Mr. Jim Papoulis. And now our 7th grade choir singing for you, Kusi Mama. Great job, 7th grade. Give them one more round of applause. As you can see, we have a lot of bodies to move. So as soon as they're off, we're going to bring up our 8th grade combined choruses singing Just One Heart.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome again. My name is Jason Thomas, and I'm the choral director at Coleytown Middle School. It's a pleasure to be here. You guys look great. Don't they sound great? Well, you haven't heard them yet, but they do sound great. This is our camerata. And our Camarada is our select group of students who come and meet before school twice a week, and they've been working extremely hard. They have one piece to sing for you called If You Could Hear My Voice. And followed by that, they have a piece that we're going to be joined by the Orphenians, which is our high school specialty group for the vocals. And they're going to come in and sing Mbakwa. So we present these two songs to you. We hope you enjoy.
Good evening. I am very happy to be here in this wonderful environment. I've had an amazing 2 days with these amazing singers. And I just wanted to say something very briefly about this piece. This piece is in Swahili. It's called Mbakwa. My mother is actually from Congo. She was born and raised in the Congo, so I grew up with Swahili and a lot of djembes in the house. And I was doing, this is part of a film score I was doing about basically street children. And there was a documentary about them. And this is one of the songs that came out of that. It's called Mbakwa Moyo, which is sing for the heart, because music is so important in African culture. They do a lot of things with African culture. So here's Mbakwa in Swahili. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Susan Marnell, and I am the choral director at Bedford Middle School. Thank you. I would just like to give a round of applause for that piece. It was so gorgeous. Thank you, everyone. That was absolutely spectacular. Thank you. So we have a few words to say while the Staples section of our choir is setting up, and it looks like they're set up already, so I'm going to be quick. As we now reset, I wanted to take a moment to explain why Westport is considered a best community for music education for the 6 years in a row. This designation is based upon a highly selective process that identifies communities throughout the United States that are committed to making high-quality music education programs accessible to all students as part of the core curriculum. The sponsors of this program are the NAM Foundation, the Support Music Foundation, and the National Association for Music Education. The foundation reviews items such as facilities, budget, staffing, and commitment by both the school system and the town at large. For the next part of our concert, I would like to turn over the microphone to Staples High School Director of Vocal Music, Mr. Luke Rosenberg.
So up next is our Orphenians. They're going to sing a wonderful piece for you called Why Do We Sing? It has a fantastic message. I really hope you enjoy it. This is Why Do You Sing? Why do we sing?
Why do we sing? Is there an answer? Is there a reason?
So coming up next is our combined Bella Voce and Treble chorus. These are our two treble ensembles at Staples High School, meaning they sing the soprano and alto parts. And they're going to do this really fantastic piece called Stand Together that has this Celtic background. And Mr. Papoulis told us a great story about this today, how he was in a practice room working and he heard this woman singing and he just loved what she was doing and asked her to come back and improvise over some chords that he was playing, and he developed this fantastic piece. Before we get going, I have to introduce to you some other staff members you're going to see up here. And first of all, playing the bowron, which is a Celtic instrument, we have our very own Miss Mary Gardner performing. Playing bass on some of the music we're going to hear tonight is Mr. Jim Andrews. And giving their debut performance as Boomwhackers, we have Miss Carrie Mascaro and Mr. Gino Hyder. So here is the treble chorus and Bella Voce singing for you, Stand Together.
Lay on
Coming up now, we have the Staples High School Choraleros. This is our curricular mixed ensemble. And I'm going to let Mr. Papoulis tell you a quick little story and introduce this piece.
So any fellow Greeks in the audience? Any Greeks? Okay. So my father is from Greece. This is Gnothi Sefton, which is know thyself. And when I was originally asked to write a piece, they commissioned me to write a piece for Boomwhackers and choir. I thought that the Boomwhackers were an independent rock band from Northern Ireland. I had no idea that it was actually a stick, so I wrote the piece and I called up the choir and I said, all right, I'm almost done with the piece, but now I'd like to incorporate this band into it. And they said, band? What band? I said, the Boomwhackers. So I found out that a boomwhacker, who here has ever heard of a boomwhacker? Raise your hand. And so everyone else, who has never heard of a boomwhacker before I wrote this piece? Thank you, I feel better. Okay. A boomwhacker is a tube that makes a tone. Would you demonstrate? So those are two sounds. So it was originally written for, yes, boomwhackers and piano. We did not get a chance to rehearse, so can we please give our hand for the sight reading of boomwhackers? Okay. Please enjoy Gnothi Sefton.
So we have two more pieces for you this evening. Up next is the combined high school ensembles singing a really rousing piece of music by Mr. Papulis called La Vida. I encourage you to try to stand still, sit still, if you can. Good luck.
Spanish. Sorry. Who speaks Spanish in the home? Anybody here? Okay, good. Let us know how we do on the pronunciation afterwards. Thank you.
Oye, quita cómo va, oye, quita dime ya, ritmo de tu corazón, viva. Oye, quita cómo va, oye, quita dime ya, ritmo de tu corazón, viva. Tu mundo se forma en tu corazón, todos tus sueños nacen en ti, vive mi vida puedo llegar. Todos esperan, sígueme. Rhythm of your heart, rhythm of your soul. Let the rhythm move you and feel the beat. La vida es como tú lo haces, La vida vive en tu corazón. La vida es como tú lo haces, Oye, qué ritmo tu vida. Eo, eo. Eo, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do, eo. Yo tengo todo para que sueños se pierdan, síguelos. Yo soy la fuerza en mi corazón. Todos me esperan, sígueme. Rhythm of your heart, rhythm of your soul. Let the rhythm move you and feel the beat. La vida es como tú lo haces, La vida vive en tu corazón. La vida es como tú lo haces, Oye, qué ritmo tu vida. Eo, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do, La vida es como tú lo haces, La vida vive en tu corazón. La vida es como tú lo haces, Oye, qué ritmo tu vida. Vive en tu corazón.
Are you having a good time? This is going to take a minute, so you're hearing 300 kids, young adults, perform here. This doesn't happen in many communities. The level that they're performing at is the end result of teaching and scaffolding and learning more and more each year from the pre-K all the way to where they are now. And if you get a second, I'd like you to thank the music teachers who all came out tonight to help assist with this. And they're all over there. This would not happen without them. It just would not. They walked 190 middle school students over yesterday up the driveway. It was quite a sight. And many of the teachers were involved, our administrators, Mr. D'Amico, Dr. Rosen, Ms. Sabak, allowed this to occur, and we can't thank them enough. Also, there's a few thank yous as they're getting here. And it's better if you don't watch because it's really probably an interesting event that's going on behind me. This is the classroom for our phys ed health department here at the high school. They relinquished their classroom for 2 days so we can do this. And I wanted to thank Ms. Christine Wanner and the PE health staff here at the high school for allowing this to happen. In addition, our athletic director, Marty Lisovic, clears out the sports, the after-school sports also, every year with a smile. And again, that's unique. Also, our Mr. Horace Lewis and the maintenance staff here, we got the space at noon yesterday. Within an hour, they had laid out the floor, put up the risers and everything so they could rehearse at the end of the day. And that was pretty amazing. So I wanted to thank them also. Also want to thank Kevin on sound and Mr. Honeycutt up doing a video right now, which will get you that information that you can download at a later time. Finally, I want to thank Mr. Popoulis himself. When this came together for these students to be able to work through the creative process with the composer is so unique and so special, and to share those insights. I cannot thank Mr. Popoulis enough for coming here and spending 2 days with our kids. Finally, this sure wouldn't happen without our three amazing vocal music teachers at the middle school and high school, Mr. Rosenberg, Ms. Marnell from Bedford, and Mr. Thomas, our newest member of our staff. Okay, now the house cleaning before we start, because I've got to go over this with you, and then at the end we're going to go over it again. Because we have to move 300 people. Middle school parents, when we are done, actually all parents, when we are done, you need to remain seated and clear the exits. We're going to dismiss the 7th and 8th grade back to where they came. What will happen is, and I'm reading this to be really short. Now, if you are a grade 7 parent, once all the students leave here, you will retrieve your child in the cafeteria. So you would go out the door and you will take a left. I will dismiss the grade 7 parents so we don't have a herd going out these 2 exits. After that, grade 8 parents, your children are going to go gather their stuff on the other side of the school in the music wing and then come back. And you can pick them up right out here in the atrium. Okay? Staples students and parents, we're going to tear this place down because it needs to be, everything needs to be removed here tonight so it can go back to a classroom tomorrow. So I'll review this with you afterwards, but without further ado, I want to hand it over to Mr. Popoulis, and thank you very much, and thank everyone for a wonderful evening.
So I'd just like to say I'm a firm believer that music can change the world, can change all of us. I think it makes us kinder humans. I think it makes us more cooperative humans. And I thank you, parents, for encouraging musicians in your household. I think it's just wonderful for any person, no matter what you go into. And I also want to say that it's unique for me to come into a community like this. I get to travel quite a bit and on all continents. And there's something very magical about this place. You have some amazing music teachers who reach out different styles of music, who come out and bring me in, bring in these wonderful percussionists. So, Luke, thank you, and the wonderful music teachers one more time. Thank you very much. So I work with a foundation called the Foundation for Small Voices. We raise money for music programs throughout the world. And this is one of the first songs that I wrote with the foundation. I was working with some very underprivileged kids from some areas, and I asked them, what is it that you want to say to adults? And they said, sometimes they don't hear us enough. Can you hear us? So this is a song called Can You Hear that came out of that project. So please enjoy our closer, Can You Hear?
Can you hear my cries? Can you see my eyes? I am calling out to